Am I the asshole? For telling my brother's girlfriend to F off? This is a throwaway, so I don't completely embarrass myself on my personal account. BC, this is a little crazy. My wife and I lost our teenage son earlier this year. It's been heart-wrenching. My wife actually got fired from her job. She fell into a deep depression, as can be imagined. My brother has a girlfriend. She dabbles in the spiritual world and into all that kind of stuff. 3 nights ago we had them over for dinner for my youngest birthday party. In front of my depressed wife and my 2 young children, 8 and 11, she says, "I can feel your son here." I say, "Excuse me?" She tells my wife that she can feel his presence here and that she just knows she can help us make contact and help us with closure. My youngest is confused, starts crying, my wife's on the verge of tears, my brother's staring at her in awe, like it's this great thing. I told her she needed to stop that or she could leave. She got upset and said she was trying to help us with closure that I don't understand. I told her to F off and leave. My brother got angry at me. We got in a big argument. They left. My wife is upset but thinks maybe I should have listened to her. She's desperate. My brother texting me how disrespectful I was to his GF and I needed to apologize. That's not just something you say to grieving parents. Am I the asshole? Losing a child is one of the most devastating experiences a parent can endure, and she crossed a line by making such insensitive and inappropriate, was disrespectful and hurtful to your family, especially to your grieving wife and confused children. You firmly shut down her intrusive behavior to shield your loved ones from unnecessary pain. You stood up for your family in a difficult situation, and you have every right to defend their emotional well-being. Your brother should respect your boundaries and should understand that your actions were to protect your family. Not the asshole. Please do not get sucked into this kind of nonsense which only prolongs the pain and sorrow. I am so sorry for your loss. The pain must be immeasurable. However, even if someone believes in psychic powers, it is unbelievably cruel to just talk in this manner. She clearly wants to be the center of attention and believes that this is an appropriate way to insert herself into the situation. Not the asshole that she would take that vile tack. She sounds awful. Like a real con woman and vulture, aka mediums, that prey and feed on pain. You showed remarkable restraint. Not the asshole. Your brother's girlfriend was hugely out of line. This is not something you say in front of a child or grieving parents. And not the asshole. That was attention-seeking behavior on her part, and tacky as hell. Jesus, I would have called her out on being an emotional predator so fast, then told her to never speak to my family again, since she was a sick attention whore. You were acting in the defense of the well-being of your family. Please talk with your wife about your brother's GF's mental issues and the damage she's trying to inflict by attempting to control your family emotionally. Counseling for her and the penalty box for your bro. So not the asshole. Not the asshole. I once went to a funeral where someone tried to pull this nonsense with the grieving daughter. It's nasty. I told her so with vigor. There is a time and a place for everything, I guess. And your response was, in my opinion, totally appropriate. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Sorry for your loss. Beliefs about death and an afterlife are entirely personal. She's very young, so I won't attribute her lack of tact to malice, but what really struck me was she knows she can help us. You don't go pushing your ideas on anyone, but especially not grieving parents. Read the room, sweetie. Not the asshole. This was beyond shitty of girlfriend to do. I honestly would never let her back into my house or anywhere near any of my family. Brother is also TA for not shutting that shit down. Not the asshole. She is the biggest asshole imaginable. Even if she apologizes, she should never be allowed unsupervised access to your wife or your children. Her beliefs are harmful, crass, and disrespectful to your family. Psychic spiritualists, mediums, etc. all exist solely to profit from the bereaved and attack when their prey is vulnerable. You are very vulnerable, so she is attacking. The only redeeming factor here is that she's only 22 and may grow out of her naive nonsense. Not the asshole. What an awful thing for your brother's girlfriend to do. Dear God. Not the asshole. She was out of line. She overstepped boundaries, and it's unacceptable for her to exploit your pain for her own was incredibly insensitive and disrespectful. Grief is an incredibly personal and difficult experience. Not only did she disrespect your family's emotions, but she also caused unnecessary distress to your grieving wife and vulnerable children. Until she recognizes the gravity of what she's done and shows genuine remorse, she has no right to demand anything from you. First of all, I am so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. These people think they have a complete pass to say whatever they want. This would have been okay if she was sure you and your wife both share these kind of beliefs. Even then it might have been a little icky, but this was outright insensitive. They think they look wise and otherworldly and shit, but when you're grieving such an important loss you don't want to hear that kind of crap. As someone already said, you showed great restraint. She would not have left my house with the ability to walk. Your brother's GF is a psycho and you can tell him to keep her away from your family. Nta. She is taking advantage of you and your family. If she had this gift, the least she could have done was do this in private away from your kids and possibly your wife. Not the asshole, completely inappropriate. I understand that she truly believes in these things. But anyone who is spiritual religious should absolutely know the time and place for sharing those beliefs coming from a Catholic with many friends of various spiritual religious standings. It should be common sense, and to not respect that is so appalling. Absolutely an appropriate response. She should have stopped the second you responded in that tone and she saw the reactions of the people around her. I hate people like this. I took a 2-hour class online, now I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I read a book, now I'm an expert in psychobabble something. I have always had a connection to the other side. These people are narcissistic who do a ton of harm, while thinking they are doing good. Keep her away from your family. Not the asshole. Even though I don't like that stuff myself, I get she might have wanted to help your wife rather than upset her, but the kids are too young. It confuses them and hurts their grieving process. You were right for standing your ground. My condolences to you and your family. Not the asshole from where I'm sitting, that would be the last time that women entered my house. She literally just waltzed in and trampled all over everyone's already vulnerable emotional state. Brother would be welcome back, pending an apology and on the condition his GF is not accompanying him. All I can say is I'm sorry your family had to go through even more trauma. Not the asshole. The GF was out of line. Not the asshole. This is absolutely vile behavior from her side. What the hell were they expecting? As someone who fucks around in the spiritual world, OMG, so nta she majorly is, I would also bet money that she calls herself an empath. I am so sorry for yours and your family's loss, and the selfish woman who decided she wanted more attention at your youngest birthday. Not the asshole. Even if this woman is a medium, this kind of statement will do nothing but harm. I've known mediums, and not one of them would hurt a family like that. She was incredibly callous and cruel. I'm so sorry. Not the asshole. The girlfriend was totally in the wrong to bring up the subject when your family was supposed to be celebrating your other child's birthday. Your brother doesn't have a clue about the depths or stages of grief. In supporting his GF, he's choosing her over you and your family and what you are going through. Tell them both to leave you alone. Not the asshole. She's got some nerve trying to take advantage of her own heartbroken family.